All right, let's dive in. Today, we're cracking open the playbook that the top real estate agents live by. We're going to break down the exact plays they run to find clients, lock down those listings, and build a business that actually lasts. And it really all starts with this one powerful truth. Seriously, this isn't just some catchy phrase, it's the absolute reality of the business. If you don't have new properties to sell, your career just stops. And that's what creates that constant, nagging question for every single agent. Where is my next listing going to come from? So that brings us to the first part of our playbook, the active, relentless hunt for sellers. This isn't about sitting back and waiting for the phone to ring. Nope. This is about going out there and making things happen. At the end of the day, an agent's most critical task, their number one job, is prospecting. You got to think of it as the engine of the whole business. It's that daily, disciplined work of finding potential clients and proving your value, before they even realize they need you. So, what's one of the most powerful tools in your toolkit for this? It's the comparative market analysis, or CMA. Now, this isn't just a boring data report. It's a conversation starter. When you offer a homeowner a free analysis of what their place is worth, you're giving them immediate, real value, and at the same time, you're positioning yourself as the go-to expert in their neighborhood. So how does this hunt actually work in the real world? Well, you have to fight a two-front war. On one side, you've got the digital hunt, using your website, social media, big sites like Zillow to connect with people online. And on the other side, you have the timeless ground game. Old school postcards, hosting open houses, and just building relationships with other pros. The best agents, they're masters of both. Let me give you two of the most direct tactics. First, go after expired listings. These are homeowners who are already motivated to sell. They've tried, but they're frustrated. A sharp agent can step in with a fresh plan and a dose of confidence. Second, for sale by owners, or FSBOs. A lot of people try to sell on their own to save a buck, but they find out pretty quick that it's a massive headache. By offering that free CMA we just talked about, an agent can build trust and show them you're the pro who can actually get it done. Okay, so you got the listing. Awesome! But the game isn't over, not even close. The next play is making sure everyone knows about it. And this is where we get into the art of the ad. Here's something to remember. Every ad you run has a dual purpose. Job number one is, of course, to attract buyers for that specific house. But at the exact same time, every postcard, every Facebook post, every yard sign, it's also an ad for you. It's showcasing your professionalism and your brand to every single potential client who lays eyes on it. And just like prospecting, advertising is a mix of the old and the new. Look, newspaper classifieds might seem a little dated, but you know what? Yard signs and direct mail can still be incredibly effective. And at the same time, having a powerful online presence through your website and social media is absolutely non-negotiable in today's world. But what makes an ad actually work? Well, the most successful ones follow this timeless formula called IDA. First, you grab their attention with a killer photo or headline. Then, you build interest with unique, compelling details. Next, you create desire by painting a picture and helping them imagine their life in that home. And finally, the most important part, you drive them to action with a crystal clear instruction. Call now. Click here. Visit the open house. And now, it's time for the championship move. This is what separates agents who just have a job from those who build a real career. It's all about turning today's client into a never-ending stream of future business. So, the transaction is complete. The deal is done. Is that the end of the line? A great agent knows the answer is a hard no. As a matter of fact, this is where the most important work is just beginning. See, earning referrals isn't about asking for them. It's about deserving them. And that's built on a foundation of constant communication, always putting your client's interests first, and showing genuine care even after the check is cashed. When you make a super stressful process feel smooth and show you care about them as people, they become your biggest fans, your personal marketing team. All of these plays, the prospecting, the advertising, the amazing service, they all have to be done professionally. And that brings us to our final section, playing by the rules of money and, the law. It's a simple truth, right? You can't sell a secret. You have to spend money to make money. Good advertising isn't free. A smart agent treats their advertising budget as an investment. They track what's working and what's not, and then, this is the critical part, they double down on the ads that actually make the phone ring. And then there are the laws. The big one here is the Truth in Lending Act, or Regulation Z. It's all about consumer protection. It basically makes sure that when financing is advertised, people get a clear, totally transparent picture of what that credit is really going to cost them. So here it is, the golden rule that every agent needs to memorize. If your ad mentions any specific financing term, I'm talking about a low down payment, anything like that, you are legally required to disclose all the other terms, including the full APR. It's a simple rule, but breaking it can get you into some serious trouble. So after going through this entire playbook, the prospecting, the marketing, building relationships, and following the rules, we're left with one final thought. In a world that's just filled with data, algorithms, and automated home values, what is it that makes that human element, a great real estate agent, more critical than it's ever been? That's something to think about.